And I'm Jenny-Jaymes and my sidekick, Christian Cano, partner in crime, is coming up next.
Hey everyone, I'm Jen's sidekick. Welcome to Two Queers in a Truck. Hi y'all.
See you soon. Good morning, everybody. It is Two Queers in a Truck time, November 20th edition, and we are rocking and rolling. And hey, we're in post-election America and holiday season, or as I like to call the crazy season.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's upon us. Like, I think we're at the part of the year that we anticipated and surviving to, and we're here. I mean, essentially at the finish line of the year, and we're pretty close to being done with 2024, and I'm good with it. I'm ready for 2025, and I'm not, despite very disappointing election results last week, I'm not gonna lie. America got the president and the party in control they deserve. Honestly, when you show fealty to billionaires and go, oh, it's not so bad, Biden wrecked the economy, and you don't appreciate what Biden did, hey, take another spin around the block with an idiot.
Yeah.
And we didn't learn our lesson the first time. We allowed this a second time, and we had the oligarch billionaire class decide this election in many ways. They own all the media pretty much, except for podcasters and independents, but there's so little independent true media that's outside of social media that's independent anymore. I'm excited to pop the popcorn and watch it burn. I pursue will keep me warm in the winter, and I'm gonna laugh about it. And it's going to crash the economy just like he crashed the economy the last time. And he inherited the Obama economy that was just running like a freight train. We're not going to feel it right away, but I predict by the end of 2025, 2026, we're going to start to feel it a little bit, probably have a housing crisis, housing crash, and mark the tape that I said those. And a year from now, 2 years from now, it's going to be one of these 2019 things when I said, in the end, the Republicans are going to undo Trump in many ways. This is one of my predictions, is that it's going to go off the rails the next couple of years, especially in 2025. There's going to be a lot of, oh shit, we didn't really believe you could do that. And I don't think he's going to do much because he's lazy and he's more motivated by money and stuff. But I think he's going to do some things going to shock people. And the reason I'm talking about this is the Pentagon act shocked yesterday when he appointed a Fox News employee for the top spot for the Pentagon advisor. And I'm going, why are you shocked? He's employed by all these people like Fox News, all these billionaires, Elon Musk. His family's employed by the Saudi Arabian, royal family. These people, all these billionaires and the Saudi Arabian family is the richest family in the world. They're worth over $1 trillion. They got them on a short leash. Of course, every one of these appointments is either going to thank somebody that helped him get elected, or it's going to be a reward on who the billionaire overlords tell him to appoint. He's not even doing the appointments. It's J.D. Vance, Elon Musk, and the idiot kids. And so, hey, but the New York Post had or New York Times had the audacity, which is kind of the same thing. They're both rags. New York Times has fallen. It's kind of hilarious. New York Times used to be the serious newspaper. And now it's just an op-ed piece. Oh, the headline was, we're shocked. I'm like, shocked at what? Shocked at what? We knew he's dumb. We know he has a concept of a plan. I mean, he said it in the debates. I got a concept of a plan. I mean, that could be his answer for everything. Oh, what are we going to do for?
We're working on it.
Obamacare. Our concept of plan.
Yeah, we're working on it.
What are we going to do about Russia? We got a concept of a plan. We're cooking something up good. Don't you worry. We're going to work on infrastructure.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be bigly. We're going to bigly change America, and you just watch. And you know, it's going to be like a giant penis of success, and we're going to appoint Steve Bannon to make Mexico pay for the wall, the wall. It's so small, and it's going to be one of these things where we go. There's going to be a certain amount of people who are going to say, "I told you so," as we roll around to America's 250th birthday in 2026, and we're going to be roasting s'mores and popping popcorn and going, well, we can kind of change this in the midterms, and we can kind of get some of this right, and we can change the state governments, which we can, and you know, we can change Texas and Florida's course, you know, because there'll be governorships and things like that for the midterms in those states, those two big powerful states, and we need to, and we need Democrats need to pull back and really retool and do something that you talked about off camera, which is adapt and overcome. We have to adapt. We are pivoting. We've allowed the Republicans to dictate what we're going to do. We've even tried to play nice a little bit. You know, in battleground states, we didn't run real harsh ads against Trump.
Yeah,
of course, he won all of them. What a shock. Whereas in North Carolina, we ran we didn't even run hard ads. They were just ads that showed the harsh reality of MAGA candidates. We showed everybody who they are. We didn't try to filter what they are.
Yeah.
We showed who Mark Robinson is, dickhead Dan Bishop, and the crazy Morrow check. We just all we had to do was just step back, let them say their own thing, use their own words against them, and go, this is who they are. Make sure you know who you're voting for. And we should have done the same thing with the Trump. There should have been on the loop. There should have been a looping commercial saying, "I got a concept of a plan," and him nodding off during the debates. Another of him playing golf constantly, like Jeff Jackson's jet ski thing. We should have had a deal with him playing golf, including the one where he had the big poop stripe up the backside of himself, and him just slugging around. And remember after Hardy's raid, and they took the pillow guy's phone and all those deals. They had that little Goodfellas meeting out on the golf course. A picture of that, and making fun of the pillow guy. We should have. By the way, where did the pillow guy go?
Exactly. We should have put him in the commercials because people don't like him.
What I mean, I think about it now. I haven't heard from the pillow guy in a long time. I kind of miss him. I miss that porn stash. That porn stash should get not his whole body, but just his porn stash needs a cabinet power stop fame, and just call it porn stash. Just like, what's that post for? Oh, it's for porn stash. Who's porn stash? Formerly known as the pillow guy. Kind of like Prince, right. Formerly known as the pillow. Prince.
Put him in charge of those tags on mattresses and.
Yeah, he's in charge of mattress tags.
The mattress tags. That's right.
And the economy.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Just put him in charge of banking.
That's right.
He did so good with pillows. Pillows and blankets. He did really good with them.
That's funny.
Put him in charge of the banking system. Why am I laughing? I'm burning it all down. Anyway, speaking of burning it down, two Republicans who voted to impeach Trump after the January 6th got reelected to the House of Representatives. Republican representatives Dan Newhouse of Washington and David Villado of California.
California.
They won their
Yep.
seats back.
He hasn't been able to get rid of them.
You can't get rid of them. For some reason, of course, I think it's great that, and it's one of the things that does give me hope that there is enough. Historically speaking, the last 2 years with the chuckle fucks in charge of the House, or they got the majority of the vote, is that there's enough Republicans that side with Democrats on enough things that they have the majority, but they kind of don't.
It's real slim. Yep.
It's just real slim.
It's not going to be as slim as last time, but there's still enough people that can clog up the system.
Yeah, and the Freedom Caucus is a very small group of idiots.
Yes, the Sane Caucus is bigger.
Yeah, and the so the 20 or 30 people that make up that little clique in there, that's a minority of the Republican representation in the House, I think is going to have a tough time, and Mr. I need a phone app to stop me from masturbating. The Speaker of the House, I'm not going to even give him a name anymore. It's going to be the phone app. I'm just going to call him the phone app from now on. He has no leadership skills whatsoever. So the great thing is he's the worst Speaker of the House of our lifetimes. He's so bad. I miss Newt Gingrich. Can somebody dig up Newt Gingrich and bring him back? Can somebody just go get a shovel? Is he dead or is he still alive? I don't even know if he's alive or dead. Where is old Newt? We need Newt back. Newt was funny as fuck. I don't care. There's a lot of things he said I didn't like, and he was a jackass. But you know what? The Republican Party needs Newt back. They really need to bring him back. Like if he's still alive, I don't know. Did he pass away?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He was commenting a lot during the. No one's paying attention to him, but he's commenting a lot. Yeah,
but he's the kind of guy you bring back for shits and giggles. I think the Democrats ought to bring him back and just go, hey, he can be a consultant. I'd like to see him come back from the 90s, and James Carville. We need to bring him back for the Democrats. He knows how to run a campaign now.
Mm-hmm.
He was the big driving force behind the slogan,
Clinton.
It's the economy, stupid. And I feel your pain and all that stuff. And we need that kind of really edgy Democrat back, that cutting, a Tip O'Neill. Tip was just, he battled with Reagan in the best possible ways. He really glossed out, he really doxed Reagan. And there were so many times where he was like, tax and spend Republicans, because it was the truth. Reagan spent like a drunken sailor. He drove those deficits to record deficits at the time. Of course, half the time Reagan didn't even know where he was at. But we will be back with more Two Queers in a Truck after this commercial break. Hey, everybody, you can catch us on your favorite audio podcast platform, Spotify, and all Apple Store, the Google machine, and whoever else does podcasts. We're on there. We broke in, and we're staying. So enjoy the Two Queers in a Truck on your favorite audio podcast platform. Thanks for listening or watching. Bye. But we are back, and yeah, I miss some of those some of those old Democrats and old Republicans, because honestly, they're the Democrats and Republicans of Christian and I's youth. Yeah. They're also funny. Newt was a funny dude. Like, Newt to me was a trip, because he didn't care about. There was a lot of things he didn't care about, but he did. I think he legitimately cared about America more than lining his pockets. I think Newt actually was still one of those Republicans that still did the right things for the right reasons. And he didn't always agree with the Republican leadership. He went along with Clinton on a lot of things. He really did partner with the White House to make sure we got our spending under control. The 1-2 punch of Clinton and Gingrich on the last time that we had a balanced budget was with those two guys. And we kind of forget about that. But those two, it was a Democrat president and a Republican Speaker of the House that rolled up their sleeves and said, let's go to work. Let's get this right. And we did. Mm-hmm. We right-sized the military and we got the government going in the right direction. And, we need some of that back. It won't be, phone app that does that. I mean, it definitely ain't going to be dumpster. Just like I'm like, or Elon Musk, I'm be a consultant. I want to be in the cabinet.
Yeah,
Elon Musk. I wonder if he's really the love child of Trump.
Well, he's this new first lady.
Sissy SpaceX is moving in.
That's right. Sissy SpaceX is the new first lady.
She's already said she's not coming back to the White House. She ain't leaving the resort. This time, she didn't really want to leave Trump Towers in New York.
Yeah.
She liked New York. Mm-hmm. And this time around, I guarantee you she ain't leaving Mar-a-Lago. She's going to be hanging out at the resort going, I like South Florida. Me and Barron are going to be by the pool for 4 years watching you burn this down, dummy. And Dumpster's going to be up there eating cheeseburgers and crying alone in the White House. Not that they don't sleep in the same bedroom anyway.
Yeah.
She couldn't handle the smell.
Well, he'd take up half the bed.
Melania is low-key shady. She's like a drag queen. I'm not so sure she's a drag queen.
Yeah.
I wonder if they had a surrogate with Barron. I don't know. I've never seen any pregnant pictures. I wonder if Melania is trans or a drag queen.
She might be. Maybe that's what Russia has on him. I don't know. Did you hear about that, Jen?
She may be really a Russian plant. Yeah. She may not just be from a different Eastern Europe. She may be Putin's cousin or something.
So apparently, one of the Russian spokesmen, one of the high up spokesmen, said that insinuated, didn't come out and say that they've got something on Trump. Insinuated that Trump is going to be at the mercy of those who have helped him in the past. And it was something to that point. And it was not something that, let's say, some podcaster said. This actually came from the Kremlin, and it was shared on their national television station. And they asked him what he meant. And he said, well, American presidents, there's been assassination attempts on this. So he didn't say, we're not suggesting we don't have anything on him. It was almost like a warning that someone gives someone, like, we just want to remind you who has helped you in the past.
Yeah.
And it is a very ominous type of thing, because if we were, and we're not really the party of conspiracies, but if we were, that's something that would go crazy if someone said something like that about Vice President Harris.
Well, first of all, Russians did help him. They helped him in 2016. They've helped him every time because he's a useful idiot.
Yep.
It was proven that that organization that doesn't exist anymore helped him on Facebook. The collusion was there.
Yeah.
It's just that nobody wanted to make that link between the Russians and the deal. They just didn't want to make the link.
Sure.
And Facebook and Medicorp was not going to admit it.
And they know it. They know their data.
Because it's treason. And you go, he doesn't steal nuclear secrets because it's good reading. The dude probably can't even read or understand it. Let's be realistic. Like he sat around. He didn't take these because they're warm and fuzzy documents. Like he like the Trump library doesn't even exist unless there's a porn collection somewhere. But come on, let's be realistic. Remember, how presidents get libraries named after them and they build a library somewhere to honor them? You notice there was no talk in the last 4 years of building a Trump library. I mean, I guess they could build one in an amusement park somewhere. I don't know. Maybe a strip club. You an old casino that he closed. Anyway, there's a news article out by the LGBTQ Nation blog, and a psychological expert recommended that LGBTQ people should ditch Trump voting relatives for the holiday season, that they shouldn't go around them during the holiday season. Mm-hmm. And kind of I think it was based on a study, but the Molly Sprayagen wrote the article, and it was Yale University child psychiatrist Dr. Amanda Calhoun spoke to MSNBC host Joy Reid that inevitably there's going to be a lot of struggles this holiday with ill, and for marginalized people, women, LGBT people, people of color. If you absolutely is valid and probably should avoid MAGA, relatives during the thing. And quite frankly, I mean, I've cut MAGAs out of my life for a reason. I refuse to do a show with them. I refuse to have them around me. I refuse to have them in my work life. Because quite frankly, I just don't want to be around that kind of stink. I don't. Yeah. I choose the company I keep. I keep my circles really close. I'm a very private person in many ways, and gosh, the last thing I want to do is be around a mouth breather of any kind. It just doesn't. It's something that I've started doing a few years ago, and I've lived this way. And not just during the holidays, but I do it year round. And I stopped reaching out to Republicans, and I stopped building alliances with these people. And I'll just wave from the distance, hey, Dirty Santa over there, you just stay over there, because sooner or later your trailer park's going to burn down, and that's good. You stay over there in the slums, you stay over there with the rest of the white trash. And keep your little white hoods in your car, and we're good. I'm done. I find there, because all I'm going to say when they start to pitch them, I'm like, no, you pick this. Yeah, you pick this. And I got tired of hearing the lies about January 6th and all that. And I remember right after January 6th, some of the Republicans that we thought were moderate were going, well, start justifying January 6th. At that point, boom, I was done.
Yeah. There has to be a baseline of reality. Yeah.
There is a certain disconnection, like Kyle Kirby that we've had on the show was justifying January 6th a few days after it. And I went, nope, done. Like there's a lot of things that we tolerated during the first 4 years of Trump. But I'm sure as shit not going to put up with sore losers or sore winners now.
Yeah.
If you guys want to gloat, if you guys want to go, your body, my choice type shit, don't be mad when we just finally stop just talking to you. Yeah. When don't go crying in your cock shaped pillow. Going, oh, they don't let me play in the reindeer games. I'm going, yeah. Christmas is closed for y'all. Like it just personally, I can't speak for anybody else. I personally am not going to put up with that because I have no interest. What am I going to learn by talking to them?
Yeah.
And there is a point where you just go, there is no value in these people.
You know what? Jenny, that's a good point. Can I say something real quickly?
Yeah, do it.
That's an excellent point. There is a time that it's exhausting to always have to be the one that has to reach out.
Yeah.
And it seems like, and I'm speaking for myself, many people are always reaching out to other people. And it's every once in a while you just go to, I'm just tired of reaching out. Why don't you reach out to us?
Yeah.
Why don't you ask us? Because it's not my issue. your discomfort, your bigotry, your racism, your delusions, that's not my problem. Why am I the one investing my time and energy trying to help you recover from your issues? And that's what makes it so difficult, is because decent people always want to try to get along. You know what I mean? We want to be neighborly. We want to do this, but it is exhausting. There is a time where you have to say to yourself, or that term, create boundaries.
Mm.
How do you create boundaries and still have some type of uh, need to talk to people, but yet at the same time, like you said, you don't want toxic people around me. Why am I the one that has to fix you? That's not my issue.
Well, and I also think too, sometimes there is a point, it's like a bad relationship.
It's exactly what it feels like.
And it's time to break up with the
Yes.
abusive boyfriend. And I think progressive people and anybody that has any kind of common sense, it's time for us to break up with the abusive MAGA boyfriend with a small penis. And we need to, they have no value. They're not good in bed.
They don't even have. Yep, I was going to make
they
your
have
joke.
a single wide trailer.
They're not a good kisser. They don't. They don't cook. They don't clean. They don't.
They don't even.
Oh, they got a little penis. What for you? What are you good for?
They only brush that one tooth. But anyway, we're up against the second break, and we'll be right back with some more Two Queers in the Truck. Hey, thanks for watching Two Queers in the Truck, and Christian and I just blathering on about craziness in the world today. Y'all be safe out there. There is a lot of Republicans on the road.
That's right.
Have a good week out there.
Bye.
Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for watching us on Two Queers in a Truck. Don't forget, you can watch us anytime at your leisure on our video podcast platforms like Facebook and YouTube. But you can also listen to us, either this show or any of our past shows, on our audio podcast platforms like Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and all of the other ones. So once again, thank you for watching Two Queers in a Truck. I hope you enjoy our show.
And we are back. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's time. It's time for America to move on. There's so many Americans that didn't vote. We talked about this on the last show. There's so many things we can do. There's so many young people that we still need to engage with. There's so many things we can improve. I think Mag even tricked us a little bit to be afraid of TikTok. The whole TikTok scandal. You notice that went away, by the way.
Yeah.
You notice there's no pushback on TikTok anymore.
Yeah.
I guess the Chinese stopped being dangerous.
And just like the election cheating just suddenly stopped.
Yeah,
it all just suddenly stopped.
We haven't had one MAGA say anything about election results. That's a miracle. That's a miracle. Like it's amazing how quiet they've been on certain topics. And I've noticed, and I noticed this morning, and I want to bring up TikTok because we talked about it off the air. But there has been no extra hearing scheduled. There's been no conversation about how dangerous TikTok is because it's Chinese owned.
Yeah.
And I find it very peculiar that TikTok scandal just went away. I mean, at some point, because they were gnashing their teeth. Oh my gosh. Like because they're big old drama queens. The people on the other side of the equation, dumpsters people, they're big old drama queens. They just throw up their arm. Like their hair's on fire constantly. And, and we talked about this at the top of the show about the Pentagon being shocked. I'm going, how can you be shocked? The one thing that I know I'm going to do the next 4 years, I'm going to say, no, you can't be shocked. You can't be surprised. He's a jackass. It's time to break up with Republicans and MAGAs. It's time to just say, okay, we as a society can't be shocked anymore. It's like being shocked that an abusive boyfriend's going to backhand you. After the 10th time, at some point you look at it and go, oh yeah, no, I'm not surprised anymore that you're going to backhand me. Like what's there not to understand, you know? And we're at that point where I don't like victim blaming, but also we ain't the victims anymore. We've got to get away from the victimhood thing. We ain't victims. And we watch the media fuck this up. We watch so many Americans fuck this up, and we watch billionaires buy our election. We need to say, okay, well, all right, from those companies, we're not going to spend any more money. I haven't gone on Twitter. Sissy SpaceX's little app
for a couple of years.
I mean, I check on it about once a year now. I can't tell you the last time I jumped on there. I almost use exclusively TikTok and the Meta social medias.
Yeah.
And if something better comes along, I'll get rid of the Meta social medias.
Yeah.
But I sure shit am not going to. I've contemplated just deleting TikTok off my phone because I never log in on there. There's no value, and I feel better mentally. Every time I log into Twitter, I get anxiety, and I'm going, why should I do this to myself? And there's some point where you have to go, oh, there's a correlation between me getting the heebie-jeebies and being with any of those fools. And I'm like, oh, well. So the theme of 2025 is going to be Move On America. Move on, America. Let's move on. For the progressives, for the mouth breathers and the trailer park trash, you know, fuck them. You know, like when they take away all their benefits and every farm in America is shut down because of tariffs, I'm going to go, yeah, you got us in our trade war. Y'all dig us out. You pull yourself up from the boot. Like old Governor Abbott. He can pull himself up from his bootstraps from his little wheelchair, and Hot Wheels Abbott and Drama Queen Dick Suckus down in Florida, and all these fools as they burn down America in the next 2 years, as we see them just, you know, I'm going to be like Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four. Flame on. Flame on. Fire up the Barbie. Let's roast this motherfucker. Let's just fucking watch it burn, you know, like the cartoon with the Elmo going, ah. I'm just gonna sit back and go, popping the popcorn in my mouth and going, yeah, I'm good. I'm disavowing myself from going, oh, this isn't so bad. No, it's bad, but I wasn't part of it. I did my part. Christian did his part. And we're going to go, not our circus, not our monkeys.
It's time for some tough love.
Yeah, it's not even tough love. I don't want to give them any love.
Yeah.
They don't even deserve that. They don't even deserve the cup chair. They don't even get to sit in the corner of my room and watch anymore. I'm like, nah, just strap your boots on, your little sissy boots, those little white boots. You remember those that his wife dressed in?
Yeah, we should all wear those, the DeSantis sissy boots.
And just prance off. Just
That's
prance off. Like as Mama Ruth says, now sashay away. And I did want to talk about Sarah McBride. She's the trans woman that won the historic victory in the House of Representatives, first trans woman ever to be elected to the House of Representatives or in the National Congress in general. And she's talked about it, and McBride insisted that anti-trans ads weren't what swung the election into Donald Trump's favor, and the Trump anti-trans ads did Republicans no good. And Sarah's correct. It didn't land with anybody. Nobody voted.
There's no data that says that. Yeah, no exit polling. Yeah, there was no exit polling coming out on the first day or even that day saying, well, why did you vote for this? Not one person that I saw on the news, and this is anecdotal, but not one person said, well, I voted for him because the Democrats support trans people. I never heard one thing like that.
Yeah, and she said, the anti-trans, ads, other than targeting trans kids and doing that, she said, nobody out there is worried about trans kids getting help. There's nobody in the public. The parents of these kids aren't worried about it. As you've pointed out, there's when these different states have had these hearings, it's not a bunch of parents with trans kids go, oh, we don't want this to happen. We the lie that surgeries are happening in schools. Well, I'm going to go re-enroll in schools if there's free medical care, and gender affirming care. Maybe I need to go back to elementary school, and do some reading and writing and get some free surgeries. Like, what a preposterous! We can't even get little Johnny to read. So on one hand, I don't want to rant on this a little bit. On one hand, public schools are so powerful. They're transitioning kids and making them gay and making them trans. And on the other hand, they're failing, and they're using magnets to pull God out of their brain.
Oh, Jesus.
And this is what we're getting from the trailer trash of America.
Sure.
The hillbillies of the planet are running the asylum. And Sarah pointed a lot of that out. She didn't use those words, obviously. Those are my words, because she's a little bit more dignified. She's a lot more dignified. I will say right now, we're a bootleg show. We are not. There is no reason. There's a reason why I don't run for office.
Sure.
I would get canceled because I would get up there and go, well, my opponent's trailer trash. Dickhead Dan Bishop, I have nothing for him. If I ran against Dan Bishop, it would be delicious because I would love to spend a whole campaign trashing him. And I would. I'd go everywhere where he campaigned. I would just follow him around and pop up with a little loudspeaker. I wouldn't even pick my own campaign stops. I'd go where he goes.
So did you know, hey, Jenny, I don't know. I know we're almost running out of time, but I'll talk to you off camera about it. Anyway, it's kind of funny.
All right. I'll be up there with Dan Bishop, with a fart machine and wall and little deals that goes, we don't want the GOP, the genitalia obsession party, in power. And I would make it a true protest campaign. Yeah, I would. If I ran against somebody like that that's so obsessed with trans people, I'd have so much. But Sarah McBride made a very important point, and that the anti-trans stuff doesn't work, and it's probably one of the reasons why she got elected is that her campaign was very common sense. She spelled out a lot of things wrong and right about the Democrats, and she ran the right campaign, and it won. And kudos to her for being a historic win. That is all we have. On a personal note, today is Transgender Day of Remembrance, and November 20th always is. And one thing I do want people to think about, and I didn't want to bring this up at the beginning of the show, but be nice to a trans person that you know. It's a scary, scary time for a lot of them. If you know somebody, kindness is free. And in general, for the people that you love, tell them that you love them. Give them a hug. it's the holiday season. It's already crazy. That's all we got, folks. That's all I got for you. And we'll see you next week. Bye, boo.
Bye, Boo.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching. And we are going to move on, America. Let's move on and get ready for 2025. And we are going to laugh about it all the way as the trailer park people burn it down. Woo-hoo, gets time. And then go to the dentist and brush that tooth. But anyway, we'll see y'all next week. And thanks for listening. We truly do appreciate y'all, and happy holidays. Bye, boo.
Bye, Boo.